thank you everyone for being there. So the purpose of this panel, well, is to give you something that's going to be, I hope, of interest, how to promote adult games. So I'll go in the, I'll give as many industry secrets and kitchen secrets as you want. But I think that first and foremost, we need to have a good time. So at least I want to have a good time and spend some good quality time with you, speaking and sharing the little that I know. Don't hesitate to ask any question on the chat. I'm monitoring it. I'll answer live to anything. Let's not wait for the end of the for the end of the panel for this. So don't be shy. So, how to promote adult games? Monetizing gaming online like a boss. It's a wide topic. So this in this conference, I'm going over the most basic aspects of this topic. And if you want more information, we can at the end of the conference, we can really go into a Q&A session and you ask for anything. And hopefully I have the answers. We are going to go around the topic of what are the affiliate programs that are available, what is the type of traffic that is good for your games, be it adult or even mainstream traffic. Can you work with that? What are the channels? What type of display? What type of devices? What type of geos? What type of tools? And once we've said all that, I think we will have said quite a lot of stuff. Let's go. Best affiliate programs. That reminds me that I've not introduced myself yet for those that don't know me, because there's some self-promotion that is inside this panel. I have to admit that it's not just for the fun of the panel, but it's also to sell my stuff. Please forgive me. So I'm Adrien alias Rosso, Poco Rosso, founder of Gaming Adults. That is one of these affiliate programs. I'm an entrepreneur since 2006. I've started in the affiliation and digital business in 2005. I was working initially as a junior product manager for Carpe Diem, an affiliate program that some of you might know. It's big on the French market, so small, but still big. And I learned a lot of stuff there and made my own company with two friends in 2007. Well, 2006. It really started in 7, but yeah. And since then, we've done email marketing for adult programs. So we were outsourcing the spamming of different affiliate programs from 2008 and 2010. It was making a lot of money, but we were not super happy with the concept of being spammers, and we wanted to do something different. So we went mainstream. We created a social network for comic book lovers that went bankrupt. We rose $1 million on a venture that was a social network for poker players that also went bankrupt. And in 2015, after making a lot of mistakes and realizing how wrong we had been, we thought we should go back to the porn industry, because actually in 2010 I was a bit angry with the industry, and after this small adventure mainstream, I realized that I really missed the spirit and the people in the adult industry, the fact that people are more open-minded and that you don't need to talk to 15 levels of hierarchy to have the smallest decision taken. In our business, you can really talk to decision makers and have some business happening quite fast with the coolest people. So guys, love you. Glad to be back. Since 2015, that's the case. In 2016, we launched Anti-Heroes. Uh, yes, Brittany, exactly. And in 2016, we launched Anti-Heroes. We launched it on the platform on MindGeek that is called Notaku. The game was instantly a success. And since then, it's more than 10 million players. It's our team in total is more than 90 people. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome, Julia. I see we have nice people coming. And yeah, it's 90 people in 2020, and we are still growing, still making tons of mistakes, still making stupid stuff, but apparently less stupid stuff than cool stuff. So we are still alive, and this year we hope to release the version 2 of Anti-Clicker, because our main game, Anti-Heroes, is a very big success, but our second game is not that much a success. And the people that have been promoting the game might have been disappointed, rightly so. But now the new version is going to be a lot better. And we have GayRM, that is also very successful in the gay community. But we tried to make other games and we had to burn them and burn the people with them. That happens. And now, seriously, it's a very humbling experience to make games, because you think that your first game, your first success, is making you invincible, and actually you discover that it's not because you made one game that is successful that you can repeat the success a second time or a third time. It's a bit more complicated, but yeah, doing our best. So Gaming Adult is our affiliate program. Um, it's the only way to promote Anti-Heroes indirect. No, actually, it's also available through Adult Force, because Adult Force is the affiliate program of MindGeek, and this is how you can promote the gaming platform Notaku. Notaku is the leader on the market, because they like Steam, that is a gaming platform. It's a Steam for porn games. So they have maybe something like 20 good games and a good community, and they invest a lot in marketing. You must have seen them a bit everywhere because they are buying a lot of traffic. And they have games like FabCEO that are very, very popular and very well done. And we have this very interesting relationship, being frenemies with them, because at the same time, our game, known as Harem Heroes on Notaku, is one of the top games there. So we are getting revenues, and we are also competing for the same spot with the same game called Hentai Heroes as a .com venture. But we have a good relationship. They are good professional, and if you want to promote games, well, you can promote different games in RevShare or CPL with Adult Force, and there's no question about are they paying or not. Of course they are. So the super cool people. Games Revenue, it's a Russian company that is part of the group that has the ad network Adstera. So Games Revenue is the studio, and I think that their affiliate program is called Hooligaps. So they have games such as Sex Gangster, Fab Titan, Pussy Saga, or more recently Cunt Wars. These games are like our games. They are available on Notaku, and they are available on their affiliate platform. So very cool people, very professional, no problem. It's with them. It's 4 years that we are in business with Notaku and with Games Revenue Indirect. We highly recommend that you work with them if you're interested in games. Strix is an Austrian company that you might have seen in shows. Very cool people. They actually have been, I think, officially the first porn game, the first porn 3D game that's ever been made. So they have these games called 3D Sex Villa that are downloadable games, and they were there in 2001. So we're really visionaries. So it's a niche market, because all the other games are browser based or mobile based, but things that we all know as marketers, that are removing friction. You have less steps until you can actually play. For Strix, it's 3D game, so it requires a real PC, downloading, But once it's there, it's like Second Life in porn. So it's a massively multiplayer online game, and it's quite impressive what they've done there. There's another studio that is like Strix that is doing an MMO, but porn, that is a red light district. You might have heard about them. Really nice people from Canada. And there's Crack Revenue that are actually also gathering a lot of offers. They don't have their own games, but they have different offers. They have our games, for example, in their platform. They have different offers. And well, again, very reliable people. We don't need to present them further. What is the main audience that plays adult games? I see that there's a few reasons. There's a few. Oh, hi, Jimmy. Nice. There's a few questions, but what is the main audience that plays adult games? Okay, so from our experience, let's say on what we will call mainstream hentai games, let's say that the top audience is people that are between 18 and 50, so it's pretty wide. 95% are men. And the audience that pays, because our games are freemium, so 99% of the people don't spend. I think it's like most freemium webcam platform. And the people that spend money are in the range of 30 to 50. I think it's pretty easy to understand that people that are more stable in their lives and that have jobs on a freemium game, they will spend more money than people that are between 18 and 25 that might be students. And it's still valuable for us to have people that are freemium, because we are always hoping to convert them at some point, right? Michael say the assumption people will visit hentai sites. So that is an interesting point. Not only because adult games are not only not only hentai games. On Otaku, you have several games that are that are really Western in their style, really American style, like Fab CEO. In they really cater for an American audience that would not be fan of hentais but more of comics. So be it the stories or the styling, I think it's really more matching this type of audience. But our games are hentai, so we are really on this culture and on this traffic. So we're going to talk about that just now. Of course, there's the people that like Margaret is saying, there's gay RM that is catering more for women and well for gay men as well. So in terms of traffic, obviously, if you have traffic if you have a platform that is talking about sex games, or if you have your own sex game, well, it's obviously what's going to work the best. It's an important point to make because we are actually making a lot of partnerships with other games, and we do cross promotion, meaning that there's a promotion in the game that says, hey, go and play Anti-Heroes and receive the equivalent of €5 in my game. And on Anti-Heroes, you say, oh, go play this game, receive the equivalent of €5 in Anti-Heroes. And we exchange traffic with incentive. It's marketing concepts that are old like the internet and works amazingly. Anti-traffic, that's obvious. But that's the most important point, is that we can work about the traffic that works, and we can also talk about the traffic that does not work, because we have a network of hentai sites that of affiliates in hentai. We try to buy traffic from different sources, from dating, for example, or from just classic tube sites, and the conversion is never good enough. It's never amazing. Or maybe we need to improve. Probably we need to improve. Probably we need to have a better flow, etc., etc. For sure. But still, our understanding is that the type of traffic that is required to convert on our games, and again, I'm talking about our game because our game is a really slow converter, is a freemium game, but people start paying after 2 weeks in general. So they start playing and they play and they play and they play and they play until they crack. But so it's not your classic, your classic aggressive converter. So this type of product is requiring a clean traffic, ideally from a site that has a community of people that are really loyal, and then you can sell them our product. So it's a bit difficult to grow massive amount of traffic and convert with our game. Maybe, again, probably we have not understood everything, but from our tests so far, this is what we've seen. Hentai has always been like the perfect match. You cannot beat hentai. Before before I go to the rest of the traffic that is the mainstream traffic, because it's a big trend. It's a big trend. There's also this thing about the market in itself, that the screen share is broken. Let me do that again. One of the very crucial thing is that I've been talking about our frenemies, Nutaku. There's also Aero Games, that is a platform that belongs to Xvideos. These are clean games, freemium games, good business. What you must have seen everywhere on the web, that is the most present type of marketing, is 3D games. Play this game and you will come in 2 seconds. Don't play this game, and if your girlfriend is there, or she will go crazy. All this very smart marketing and very powerful landing pages with 3D that are just splashing and smashing. So behind these landing pages that are fantastic and these super good pre-rolls, there's no game. The game does not exist. So you get to a payment page that is asking you actually to verify that you are 18 plus with a credit card. Then after a certain type of time, your client gets invoiced without realizing this, and it's like $80 per month with rebill. Makes a lot of money. I was in this business 10 years ago, so I will say that this is a scam, and at the same time, I've done it. So what can I say? But these products for sure will have very aggressive conversion on tubes and a lot of traffic, and they have the most perfect marketing tools. So kudos to that. Then the type of product that we are talking here is real games, like real products made by people that make clean stuff. That's a different that is a different type of market. So this is also why we need to talk about clean traffic. Michael, yes, Xvideos bought Erogame, known as Hero Games. They bought it 2 years ago with the team. Okay, Jenna. Yeah, they're taking forever. Okay, the team that is handling Hero Games, it's a group of real friends. I mean, I know them personally. We happen to have this epiphany, realizing in a networking meeting that we actually spent our teenage years in the same village, like 2,000 people in France, and we never met. So we met after, but yeah. So I don't know, maybe someone in the audience is from Mime? No. Okay. So they are really cool people. So if they don't answer you, you can ping me, and I can ping them and insult them and tell them to move the fuck off. to remove their butt. But really cool people. And for us, with our frenemies from MindGeek and Otaku, it's very positive that there are people that are creating competition for the mastodont that is Otaku. So that's the competition is good. Let's talk about the best traffic and mainstream traffic. No surprise, manga and gaming. What's interesting there is that we had this conversation with the sales director of Adult Force. Rustam Pop's banner, desktop over. Just wait 2 chapters and we are there. We were talking with the sales director of Adult Force, and we agreed on the situation that Nutaku has bought all the traffic hentai that exists everywhere, and they also and at some point they were just not finding enough any traffic anywhere because their traffic, well, the tube traffic does not convert on Nutaku, or does not convert on our games, or converts. Let me rephrase. It's not that it's not converting. It's that if you would compare it to other aggressive offers, it's not converting enough. Because the mindset of someone that is on a tube site is, I want a quick masturbation. I will spend 25 minutes to jerk off on this porn site, and they are not in the mindset of trying a quality product that will take some time to register, get into it, and all. So when the blood is between the head, the brain, and the penis, a man cannot really think straight. So a lot of bad stuff can happen to this guy, and this is the moment you take his credit card for dating and aggressive offers and all, but doesn't really work for slow converting porn games. Bottom line, at some point, there was not enough traffic for adult games, so we all went to softcore websites or kind of mainstream website that would accept a softcore flow in the landing pages. That means a banner that is sexy without being porn, that gets you to a landing page that is sexy without being porn. And after a few clicks, it's asking you if you're really 18. Are you sure that you're 18? Are you really 18? Bon, no, if you're 18, go there. It's very hardcore, but careful. So this is the flow that we have to get this type of traffic, and it converts really well. So there's a lot of things that can be done there. We are talking about the type of tools, the type of channel. How do you drive your traffic? Well, here it's pretty classic. Display, native, super efficient. Pop under, super efficient. Pre-roll, super efficient. Emailing, provided that you have a good base that is matching. We try to email our products on dating the email databases, and well, it didn't work. That sounds pretty obvious if you think about it. I will say that as a general thing, it's a conscious choice from us as product makers to make games that are very clean. Because, as I was explaining in the intro, we went bankrupt several times making stuff that we didn't really like. We had our first success as emailers, but we were doing stuff that were not very clean, and we were not happy with ourselves. So our decision now is to make games that might not make the biggest money, or at least not not make money in the fastest way, but at least do something that we can be proud of, that we can connect with the clients, that we know also that we are going to create a relationship with the clients on the long run. To give an idea, our first clients, they arrived in summer 2016, and there's a group of 100 players that have spent more than $40,000. So, and they're still here, so 4 years customers. So I think that this strategy can work. Max, thank you for offering hero games through Kirk revenue. I didn't know, so but we talked about you. That's pretty cool. Let's continue. The devices. So here I will try to talk about specificities. So if you want to promote anti-heroes and anti-clicker, so if you want to promote our games, at that very moment, the best is desktop traffic by far. It's there's 3 times more value in desktop traffic compared to mobile traffic for us. Why for us? Because it comes from the fact that our game is a browser game for anti-heroes, and if you for the players are looking for a native mobile experience if they're on mobile, and we cannot be compared in terms of performance with a native app. We have for Android players, we have an APK that they can download, but it goes through the horrible flow of Android. That is, are you sure you want to download this? It might be illegal. It might destroy your phone. Are you really, really sure? Okay, fine, download this shit. So it's really not amazing. And it's tough for us to improve there. We are working on improving the overall performance of the mobile app by having it cache better, by having it download faster and be more optimized in terms of UX, etc. But okay, I think that we can close the gap, and instead of being 3 times worse, it can be 1.5 times worse, which would be already awesome. But we will never compare, and it's a challenge for us because 60% of the traffic we could get is mobile, and we cannot convert it properly. Now, if you want to send mobile traffic, I actually recommend that you send traffic on Nutaku through Adult Force, because they have this flow of where they make you download the main app, the Nutaku app, that is encapsulating all the other apps. So the mobile players, once they've gone through the painful process of installing one app, then they can download all the other apps. It's like a Trojan horse, and it's drastically improving their performance on mobile. Also, they have several games that are native mobile. Some of them I don't even have a desktop version. And as a player, I really appreciate these games. I think they're very good games. So if you have mobile traffic, that's pretty cool to work with them too. In terms of duos, you won't be surprised, I think. For us, the top geos are definitely first, foremost, Northern America, United States, and Canada. It's 30% of our players are from Northern America. And it's one of the best ROI in terms of acquisition and traffic. So that's quite obvious. Then 10% of our players, they come from France. It's maybe because we are French, and we had some connections to start there, and the game has been very early translated in French, so that might explain a lot. But I think also, as a general thing, that France is a big destination for gaming. You have big communities, and well, there's some money too. So that's a good country. If you have French traffic, you'll make good money with gaming, definitely. Well, on the same level as France, Germany and German players are also represent 10% of our players, which is beautiful. Kudos to all the German, if there's any here, because we never translated the game in German, and we don't provide customer support in German for now, because for the French demography, you need to have it translated, and you need customer support, or it's not gonna work. but seems like German are more developed and more civilized and more educated than French. Don't know. At least more open to English. So very good geos, very good performance, German traffic, perfect for converting on games. And then the rest is all the tier one geos, no surprise. I mean, UK, Switzerland, Italy, and Spain. It's a bit trickier because we got successful with our in France very quickly, and we thought this is because we know really well the French culture, and we know that manga, hentai, anime is a very strong culture in France. France is the second biggest country for exports of Japanese culture, of anime and manga after Japan itself. So, well, it's the first country outside of Japan, let's say. So that's huge. And Italy is the third. So we thought, okay, we're going to translate the game in Italian. We're going to apply the same strategy as we had for the French market, and it's going to be awesome, and we're going to be super successful and all. And it didn't work. Voilà. Yeah, maybe some experts of the Italian market can at some point explain me why it went to shit and it never worked in Italy, and why I don't know, Italians maybe don't pay online. Might be very possible, but that's yeah, it never worked. Spanish traffic, same stuff, but at least we didn't have expectations, so at least that. There's a topic about payment systems for Spanish-speaking countries. Latin America, we are always trying to put some alternative payment methods and all, but stuff. So really, if you can focus on the 5 on the left, I think you're good. The best promo tools. We're going to show you some of cash use based country. That's true. Well, if you live with your parents, that's more clients for us. That's fine. They are of age. Okay, so if I turn it too much on the screen sharing, no, it's okay. So these are the banners that these are our top banners. Banners still work really well. Why? It's kind of simple. I mean, we have a clean product. If you don't need to have deceiving banners and to lie on the product to actually convert you. These are our characters, so it's our content. And these are scenes from the game. So if you see it in the banner, if you play long enough, you'll find it at some point. If anyone wants custom banners, if you have a project and all, we can work on it. I mean, I didn't talk about that, but we do everything ourselves. Everything is in-house done. So the tech, the affiliation, the communication, the writing, the drawing, everything is done by our team. So that's quite a challenge regularly, but it's also giving us the flexibility to do custom stuff when it's needed. Some landing pages. Again, this is showing our content, it's our stuff, and you have the version on the left that is the hentai version for your hentai traffic, and the one on the right is the one I talked about a bit earlier, the type of landing page that you can actually use on mainstream traffic. So that's really acting as like a disclaimer, let's say, and that's the point is really to capture some mainstream traffic and do still whatever we can to avoid having minors playing the game. pre-rolls. So they're not very animated, but you have to imagine that they have super cool animation and super cool music. We've tried them on several tubes, and that worked on tubes. I mean, on the hentai niche, perfect. So pretty proud of these ones. And ultimately, this is a tool we've launched 6 months ago maximum, so it's pretty recent. We can offer customized white label tools, so you can integrate on your platform, on your website, as if it was a platform. Ultimately, it's redirecting the player on our game, but it's really there to imitate like it's inside your platform or inside your site. It's pretty simple, but really works well. And this is the end of this very simple presentation. I know that we have a lot of marketing experts here. I mean, most of you must be. So I hope it was not boring because I was just too basic. Now you can hit me with all the complex stuff if you want. Go for it. Shoot your question in the chat and let's go. Rustam, you can have this presentation. Well, I can send it to you right now. I will share it with a link for anyone. And I will share it in the chat. There you go. Thanks, Jimmy. Jimmy, you must have so many things that you could tell about promoting adult games. Is there a way that you can say something? No, you're shy. Okay, I see. I see, Jimmy. No.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to promote gaming, as you know. I mean, I mainly can speak about Juicy Ads. We do a lot of stuff with Gaming Adult just because we do have a lot of hentai and anime traffic, and we can divide it up into geos. I posted a link further up. Any of y'all that don't have Juicy Ads accounts, hit me up and I'll after you set up an account, and I'll give you $100 bonus. And I highly recommend using Gaming Adult and the tools that they put together. It seems to work very well with our system.
Thank you, Jimmy.
I don't know.
We are obviously improvising this one, but we've been working with Juicy Ads and with Jimmy for several years, and the relationship has always been perfect. Very honest people. If you don't, in case you don't know them already, so I highly recommend, if you're into this topic of adult games, that you try something with them.
And it's a great way to start getting into games. And like what was already said, games are a longer term proposition. It usually takes a couple of weeks before you really start seeing revenue come in. But I think that's mainly just because people like stuff that's free, but then after a while they want more. And the products that like Hentai Heroes, after a while they end up wanting to spend some money on it, and it can become a very long-term profitable type affiliate, not a customer.
Yes. I will answer the questions in the chat. So we have Michael about RevShare. Kajira that is asking you something, Jimmy, about the link for Juicy. Julia, specific games for models. So I will first answer to Michael. about RevShare Cam Guy. I think that's the good comparison. Basically, if you're promoting webcams and you're patient, you know that you know that sometime you're going to promote webcams for 6 months and get very little money, and then you get that guy that is making you $2,000 of rev share per month for 5 years. No, I don't think it's gambling, but let's say that it's if you're patient, honestly, if you're patient, revenue sharing is perfect. I mentioned that we have this group of 100 people that made more than $40,000, and 80 of them belong to affiliates. So honestly, when I look at these people, I was like, shit, maybe we should have gone CPL with them. But Paul, well, that's the type of business. That's the few people that spend a lot are actually just compensating for the 99% of people that don't spend. But this is why we offer the choice of people. If you really don't want to wait, we can offer CPL. We are working on offer with single opt-in, double opt-in. That will be our point now that we have 4 years experience and that we know how far we could go, will be to compete with, I mean, if we have to be realistic, we need to compete with webcams and the CPL and the CPL dating and maybe the CPL of fake games. That's how it is. I think nobody's going to promote us just because our products are clean. We also need to be the most profitable. So this is what we are working on, and that's it. But if you really, if you just want to have a safe revenues, CPL, you don't need to wait for the money to for 2 years to be break even. Honestly, if you have the time, go RevShare, but that's just me.
RevShare is definitely the way to go. I mean, it takes longer, but you can get guys that last for years. It's just
yeah.
To me, it's the same as camming. Like on one particular platform, I have a guy that's in the last 12 years has spent over $3 million. Now, if I would have put him on, if I would have got paid PPS $120, I would have left thousands on the table. And now it's taken 12 years to build that up, but it's steady money.
Yes. Julia Epiphany, are there specific games made for models to play while streaming? Well, there's no adult game that is specifically made for models to play while streaming. I guess you can play our games and stream it. I don't think it will be as impressive as an FPS or a 3D game from a console game, but can be still cool. We are trying different types of partnership with models and webcam. It all started with Sarah J, that has been the first one to trust us. Thank you, Sarah. She's actually part of the game. She's one of the characters that you can win. And so that was the first. We did some other experiments. Namely, this year we had the partnership with I Am Live, and our friends from I Am Live have made this experiment with their girls. They had anti-lookalike session where all their cam girls were cosplaying in characters from hentai heroes. So we made this joint promotion, and it was really cool. That was in February. We believe a lot in the webcam industry and connections we can do, because it's the same type of model. Like you have a digital currency, is freemium. You can have a part of the content for free. If you really like it, you start spending, and you might spend a lot. So yes, I think the mindset, also the idea of making very clean products and things that are sustainable, it's also the same mindset that we that is in the webcam industry. And this year we really want to make experiment with the porn industry, so more with porn stars. And hopefully, I don't know, the COVID-19 situation just fucked a lot of our plans, but we would like to experiment making games with real videos. We have concepts we want to explore because it has already been done, so we are not the type of people that really like to copy others. So if we can, yeah.
You got to make your games where everybody wears a mask.
Oh, that's going to be exciting. Well, you can always say that it's Donald Trump and Putin that are behind the mask. It's making it cheaper to imitate people.
Okay, well, I'm getting a lot of response here, so I'm going to hit these people up. I appreciate you letting me jump in on your presentation, and look forward to many more years of success with Gaming Adult and Juicy Ads.
Thank you. Working on it.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Ciao. Are there any other sites or niche except hentai where adult games are good promoting? For example, porn sites, tubes, or something else? Well, like I was saying, it depends on the. It really depends on the type of site. This is how I interpret it, because you can rarely talk to people about this. My interpretation is that if you're going to X videos or Pornhub, it will be for a quick masturbation. So in your brain, you are into something quick. So you won't be into clicking, discovering a website. But plus, you're there to masturbate. So if you click and you're going to play a game, you're out of the flow. So I believe that adult games that would be in targeting people that are not here to jerk off, but more people that are here for long-term experience, like blogs, sexy blogs that will be softcore, blogs about the porn industry, things where people have to read. I think that you can really convert, but it always boils down to the fact that if you're advertising on a tube site, you might not be what the person wants at that moment. I don't know if it's clear, I hope, but just trying this thing that people when they are masturbating on a porn site, their brain is working differently, so they don't want the same. Okay, thank you, Restam. Thank you, Sarah. They also all the fans also like Sarah J, so super cool. Yeah, Brittany. Yeah, why not? We would like to work again to work again on the same type of model, so that could work. We have to keep in touch, Brittany. Thank you. Do we have more questions, friends? Meaning of life? Why are your local government why is it so mean and so inefficient? Maybe you like your government, I don't know. Thank you for my bird. I did it just for you. Just a word on the adult gaming industry, then until there's a question, I will use my free time to tell you about this industry. it's very interesting to realize that the adult gaming industry has been existing in Japan for a while, but is still very new in Western countries because it's being blocked by Facebook, by Google Play Store, by Apple Store. So you cannot really promote your games properly. And these are the main source for gaming traffic. So you need to go alternate with the alternative that is promoting via your browser or via a platform like Nutaku. Even Steam is not. I mean, you can have a porn game on Steam, but you have so many blockers. And in 2014, I think this is really the moment where I started, because this is where the Russians from Games Revenue, they released the game Sex Gangster. I remember at the time I was in my failing and dying startup Ranking Hero, the poker startup. And I was looking at the traffic this game was making and I was like, what? And I mean, the game is unimpressive, but still cool. And I showed it to my partner and we were like, okay, could we do better than them? And we thought, yes, fuck yeah. This is how it started. I think at the time, the market in total with Strix and Games Revenue might have been $5 to $10 million max. Really niche product, but they were doing some cool stuff. In 2015, this is the year MindGeek released Nutaku in partnership with DMM, the Japanese giants of porn. And that year they released a lot of Japanese games translated in English, and they really reshaped the market, or they shaped it. That year, I think the market must have gone $10 to $15 million. The year after we arrived, okay, we didn't do that much, but we arrived. We are the game ID number 6 on Nutaku. So just after the Japanese game, we are the first non-Japanese game on Nutaku. And that year, I remember I was in the office of Nutaku when they went over the milestone of $1 million per month. So that was summer 2016. And that year, the market was more or less $20 million. 2017, Games Revenue started to invest more in media buying and more in advertising. Nutaku as well, more games, etc. So the market was $30-35 million. 2018, 35-45. 2019, 45-55. And this year, maybe $60-70 million. So if you compare it to any webcam platform, it's absolutely unimpressive. What's impressive is the growth. It's a market that is so far growing by 50%, more or less 50% per year. And there's reason to believe it's going to continue growing. We see it in our numbers. The players are loyal. They are expecting more games. They are expecting more quality. Right now, our top competitor might be these fake 3D porn games. But at the same time, I see them as competitors. Of course, we are doing clean products, so they do a crass product. We cannot completely appreciate that. And at the same time, they are really developing this idea of 3D games, of video games, porn games, that is entering in the brain of the people. And it's making them want more games. So I believe that the business of fake 3D games, I think it's a minimum of $50 million per year, but it might be more. Some people might be there with more information than I have. I think it's a lot of money, especially without a product behind. But all these beautiful landing pages, if they convert, it shows that people want this type of product somehow. So my point is that I believe that the market for adult gaming is continue to grow, hopefully 50% per year for the next 10 years. I think a minimum of the next 10 years, you're going to see adult games and porn games and more quality, more and more budget, more and more games. And yeah, at least this is what we are fighting for. So we are still growing, we are changing our offices. See, we have a dead plant and crappy post-its. We have a new office with plants that are alive and better post-its. It's just a revolution. No, but more seriously, we have plans for more games, and when we are rich enough to experiment with 3D, augmented reality, anything. So yes, the future is bright. We are reaching the end. Do you have a last minute question, or is it the moment where I thank you all for your time, attention, patience, interest? Oh, I think we are reaching that moment. Ah, no, we still have people. Julia, you worked in a game company. Maybe we should talk. Cam Castle. Hello, you arrive at the end. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sarah, for being there. Honored by your presence. Guys, I hope that we will meet in physical times. We generally meet in the Why Not Awards or on the TES shows in Europe or in the internet shows in Vegas. I miss these physical times where we can have drinks and have good parties and talk about business at the same time. So I hope it happens again soon, but for now we just do what we can. So again, thank you very much. Contact me or contact Magrat for more information for whatever you need. And again, et en plus tu parles français, félicitations, Julien. And yes, our time is there. Thank you again very much appreciated. And if you have any question about adult gaming, we are there. Ciao, ciao.